The Apple Watch can serve multiple purposes, not just in like fitness related stuff as Apple likes to advertise it, which really does do a fantastic job. It monitors your heart rate, keep track of your steps, make sure you don't die with the fall detection, and then of course it has the oxygen level monitoring, which is really impressive. And one of the most powerful things that the Apple Watch has is the complications that you could allow it to have, as it supports not just first party but also third party. And so in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the complications that I use day to day and how I benefit, and maybe you might possibly get some good information out of this video, might install some of these third party apps on your Apple Watch or have a similar configuration like mine. So without further ado, here are the most useful complications that I use personally day to day that you may get some good usage out of as well. Let's get started. So this is the Apple Watch of choice that I typically use when I'm just casually doing my thing day to day. And when I'm doing something formal, eating with a couple of friends or maybe on a date, this is the watch face I typically switch to because I have the always on display on, and this just looks more formal in my opinion. But back to the Infograph watch face. So on top here, you see that I have the date. It's important to know what type of day it is whenever you're filling document papers. So today is that. And then for weather, I love using Carrot. It is a one-time purchase paid application that will show you the weather. But what I really like about it, if you're using the Infograph like this, it'll actually say funny quotations on top right, like right now, literally. And then sometimes it tells you to get out of your mom's basement and just insults you in the most funniest way possible. But when you click on it, it doesn't do much other than tells you the weather, chance of rain, forecast for the day. God, it's gonna be hot. And also the stats throughout the day. You can actually move your finger to go ahead if you want. You also have additional settings you can choose from. You can switch between locations, weather maps, or other settings you could also do as well. You could enable speech if you wanted to. But that's Carrot in a nutshell. The other complication I have running right now on this watch face is the time zone, because I'm a millennial. I can read clock like with the hands and such, but I still prefer just taking a quick glance and just knowing the exact minute instead of having to guess the minute. So that's why I have that in the corner right there, because again, I just find it easier just to see the exact time than having to guess the minute. And then next to that one is the workout shortcut. Nothing special here. This is the first party one by Apple. I just like doing this because it allows me to track my cardio workout, making sure I'm getting a good burn in and I'm hitting those calories. And then down here I have the traditional strength training, which is basically my overall heavy lifting weight workouts. That's enough of that. Next to that one, I have my Onewheel app. I love using the Onewheel app. It tells you the speed, how fast you're going, as well as the battery life remaining and the distances you have traveled. If you're curious to find out more about the Onewheel itself, you can check out that video over there as I review it in its own separate video. It's an amazing electric device that's more extreme than an electric scooter. And then underneath that, I have Shazam, because there's been multiple times where I'm in a car chatting with a friend, we're playing the guessing game on what song is this, who can name it faster. I cheat, I just tap on Shazam and it identifies it right there on my wrist without anybody knowing what I'm doing. And then I also like the fact that it keeps like a history, so you can always go back in case you forget to add a song to your Apple Music or Spotify or whatever subscription service that you have. Below that is my step tracker. This application is free to download. It's steps. It allows you to set personal step goals, but this allows me to actually monitor how many steps I've done throughout the day, so that I'm always hitting a healthy step goal throughout the day, and I can always just take a quick glance to have an understanding how far I am throughout the day. And then next to that one is my heart rate. Nothing special, I just like monitoring my heart rate. It shows me a graph how I am throughout the entire day, when I'm active, when I'm at rest, my average, BPM, all that good stuff. It literally tells me all that right here, as well as my blood oxygen level. Now switching to the other watch face, the Meridian watch face I like using. Again, I just have the top part right here being used up by the time. You can swap this for other things when you edit the watch digital face to a timer, tips, walkie-talkie, weather, and all that good stuff. I just like to keep it on the time because I just like to look at the watch and know exactly what time it is instead of guessing the hand the game again. And then next to that one, of course, you see I have the default Apple weather app, shockingly, for this watch face. I just need to see the time, but notice there's no catchy sentence or something that will make me laugh on top of it like Carrot typically does. And then next to that one's the workout one, and then down here is my activity rings. Nothing too crazy, to be honest. But besides that, if I will substitute some of these complications with some previous ones that I used to always use, and I still commonly do, but not as much, I'll highly recommend checking out Cloud Battery. Now, what I like about Cloud Battery, it monitors all your Apple devices, supported devices, battery life percentage. So this means you could monitor your iPhone's battery life percentage right here, your Apple Watch battery life percentage as well, and your iPad. And you could click on it, and they're all synchronized via Bluetooth, and it will show you their battery life percentage right here on your display. And then another one I guess you could I could suggest is your music streaming service of choice. So in my case, I'm actually using YouTube Music. Reason being because you can get a bundle with YouTube Premium and YouTube Music for just $11. So no ads when you're watching YouTube videos. You have access to not just all the popular songs available on Spotify or on other platforms, but also those third-party independent artists that upload their music on YouTube. That's right, if there's a music video that got uploaded on YouTube by an independent artist, you can actually add it to your music playlist if you're subscribed to YouTube Music. That's one of the big benefits and the reasons why I like using YouTube Music over other competitors like Spotify and Apple Music. All in all, there you go. That's the quick rundown of the complications that I use the most on my Apple Watch and the two watch faces that I personally like switching day to day. If you're curious where you go ahead and find these apps as well as other things that I talked about in the video, I'll be sure to include it in the video description down below. So they're literally all a click away, including this Apple Watch band in case you're curious where you could get it. It's by Pataka, it's carbon fiber. It's really cool. It's actually really lightweight because it is real carbon fiber. So there you guys have it. If you got some good useful information out of this video, really appreciate if you guys leave this video a like, as those help me out a lot, and get subscribed, especially if you enjoy a lot of tech videos very similar to this. In the meantime, if you'd like to see a tips and trick or hidden feature guide video of the Apple Watch, feel free to go ahead and watch that video over here. And then the video right next to that one, that's just a video that YouTube's recommending specifically for you. Thanks so much for watching, take care, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.